ladies and gentlemen, welcome to video number 5. In this one, we are naming covalent molecules. So remember that with covalent molecules, we're talking about elements that are sharing their electrons. This means they're not charged, which means they're not ions. So if you have your ion list right now, put it away. You don't need it. You don't want it. In fact, it will only confuse you when we're talking about covalent bonds. So really, that is step number 0. Put away the ion list. Step number 1 is to identify the elements or molecules that you have. So the names of the elements are on the periodic table. That's what you should be looking at, not the ion list. The atoms go in the same order as they are in the formula, or if you're going from name to formula, they go in the same order that they are in the name. Step number 2 is to use the number prefixes in front of each element name. And I have them here for you. A lot of them are similar to the ones you learn in geometry, like penta for pentagon, or tri for triangle, or hexa for hexagon, or octa for octagon. Okay. Some of the weirder ones are mono and di for 1 and 2, but they're all here for you to see. Now, there is one exception. We do not use the prefix mono for the first element if there's only one of the first element. So an example of this is carbon dioxide. We don't have to say monocarbon dioxide, we can just say carbon dioxide. So the very last thing that you have to do, step number 3, is change the end of the last atom to "ide." When we do that, when we have that "ide" at the end, we know that we're talking about a covalent compound, not a list of atoms floating around in space sort of close to each other. "Ide" tells us that they're actually bonded. So we're going to have an example here, and I'm going to give you this molecule to work with. This is PCl3. And the first thing you have to do is find these on the periodic table. So P is for phosphorus, and Cl is for chlorine. So I'm going to write out my phosphorus, and there's only one of those, so I don't need any prefix in front of that because there's only one and it's the first one. So here is phosphorus, and then I've got 3 chlorines, so I need to put tri is for 3, like a tricycle or a triangle, and chlor, which is the root of my element, but then I'm going to end it with "ide" because all covalent compounds end with "ide. So PCl3 is phosphorus trichloride. So again, just to summarize covalent naming rules, we're going to take the elements in the order that they already are in. We're going to find them on the periodic table. We're going to put number prefixes in front of all of them unless they're the very first one and there's only one of them. And then we're going to put "ide" at the end of the last element. And that is how you name covalent compounds.